the 50 years I've been doing that. So how can I help you all to understand this or to do something to modify it?
How can we modify it if there's a possibility of modification?
If everybody agrees, anything is possible. Absolutely.
Well, with the individual, which name is James
Randolph Sherman.
Right. He is the one that's saying that he owns it all right now.
Yeah.
And the two heir members, which is in front of you, are saying that they want to split it up and giving it back to them so they could heir it or put their kid's name on it like their dad did for them.
If everybody agrees to modify it, the property is transferable. However, the deed says, whereas Joe died, he owed this property. It is the desire of the heirs of Joe Sherman to convey the property owned by Joe Sherman to James Randolph Stevens. So this is an unconditional transfer for $5 love and affection. That's what you call consideration. It's token consideration, but it was, there's got an exchange. I got it, you want to own it, you give me $5, even though the money doesn't really change hands. It just shows that it's what we wanted to do. Only thing that may give you a chance is that it says we sell the property to James Randolph Sherman, his heirs and assigns, which heirs and assigns has to be, if this deed was into James Randolph Sherman and it didn't say his heirs and assigns, Randolph Sherman would only own a life estate for his life, and it would die with him. But he didn't have it that way because most deeds include words of inheritance. That doesn't mean it goes to his children. It means he owns it and he can do with it what he wants. He can sell it, he can put it in his will, he can lease it, he can build on it, he can divide it up. So I wish Wattstrom was still alive, or maybe he didn't explain it to everybody, not unintentionally. But bottom line is, if Joe Sherman owned it, I don't know, there's no derivation clause saying where he got it, but if he owned it, and there's not a deed from someone else that owned it with him, it was conveyed by Joe to Jim.
But Mr. O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Joe Sherman didn't put it in James Sherman's name.
It says et al., which is Latin for and others.
And others.
So what I'm saying is that heirs and assigns are words of inheritance, but let me be sure.
Because
Conveyed to Joe by deed of Jim and others. That means Jim on the seller side and others may have owned it at that time when this deed was done.
Right.
no,
Yeah.
no. Stop saying yes, Bill. Hold up. There's no way. When Joe Sherman passed, Joe Sherman put the 4 daughters each get 1 acre of the 5 acres that is total.
That may have been what was intended, but without the prior deed in the chain of title, I can't tell. But I get one of my paralegals. She may be able to pull it up on the computer.
There you go. Yes, sir.
That may clarify.
Yes, sir. Because when Daddy didn't put it in Jimmy's name, y'all put it in Jimmy's
Did you
name.
copy or anybody
Correct.
copy the deed?
When Daddy put it in y'all name.
101 at
Mom.
426.
No.
No.
When Daddy put it in y'all name.
At 426,
Grandma.
the seller was Jim Sherman and others. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. Anybody over there we know to clear this up while we got the family reunion going on here? Check with Donna. Maybe she knows somebody who can make a copy and take a picture of it while they're
There's no
gathered here.
paperwork on Daddy.
Unfortunately, after a certain period of time, you go back that far, you can't just pull it up on the computer. Now, it's around the corner at the Register of Deeds.
We were just there, and they don't even have anything further back than.
This is 1971.
Right.
They
They don't have information on file for 1971. I just had them to pull up all of the tax records
Yes, sir.
that goes as far back as you can.
Yeah.
And this, where's your receipt at, Val? They only went back. They could only go back
1991.
Yeah, 1991.
We can get the copy of the deed. We can't get it at the snap of a finger like I just tried to do.
Yes, sir.
So I'm having my real estate paralegal call one of the other real estate ladies over there that check title, and one of them will pull it up. I'm just saying 101 to 426 is of record. They can't instantaneously show it to you, but they can pull it.
And they pulling it up.
Yeah. Now, if it was before the Civil War, before they set fire to the courthouse, what they did, they moved all the records. Afraid to get burned up in the war, and it sent them to Camden. That's up near Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
And for safety. Well,
Yes, sir.
it got bombed and burned up there. So I'd have been better off leaving it here. But that's hindsight of 2020.
Yes, sir.
But if she can create that deed, I can look at it. I can tell you. So the key here is the derivation clause. We didn't used to always have derivation clause. I came here in 1974, and some of these old lawyers had an advantage. This firm's been here for 75 years, so I got a bunch of real estate records without searching the same records, replowing the same field.
Yes, sir.
So young couple lawyers on the county council passed every deed after 1975, I think, would have to include a derivation clause. So when them young lawyers, they'd have to spend $400 getting all that stuff done, and
Yes,
the client couldn't afford it. But the old lawyers, like my partner in those days, they already had it. You can
Yes,
hardly
sir.
find a piece of property in Georgetown County that we haven't searched.
Yes, sir.
But that's the key that I see now. It's the same property was conveyed to Joe Sherman by a deed of Jim Sherman et al., which means and others. So at least one other person must have signed the deed to Joe.
Okay.
And if some of them were owners of property and didn't transfer it to Joe, to James, then James wouldn't own 100% interest in the property.
That's correct.
Let me see if I can get that. Y'all off nearby, or are you down here
Yes.
for the Thanksgiving holiday?
No, sir.
So
we here.
You're
We-
reachable. Okay.
Yeah, this my mom and my aunt, and they're the heirs that their dad sent it to them, and they live on the island, Paulus Island.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
You're fortunate to live in Pauley's Island, except
Yes.
it's getting mighty crowded.
Oh,
That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right
sir.
across the street from me.
Oh, Lord, I'm glad to have them.
Yes, sir.
Right.
But,
I don't know.
And Mr. O'Donnell, when speaking of all this, what has transpired through
Yeah.
all of this,
Yeah.
if they signed over this land, say because of the paperwork saying in 1978,
71 was
71 is when they signed
Jim to
everything
Joe.
over. From Jim to Joe.
Yeah.
From Joe, no, it's from Joe because
Joe
Joe
to
is their
Jim,
dad.
Dad.
Is
Joe
it-
to
if it-
Jim.
if- no, listen, he's reading it, so I
I'm
want you
reading
to
the
tell.
derivation clause. Yeah.
Right. Who
It was-
signed over what?
It was conveyed to Joe Sherman
Yes.
by deed of Jim Sherman and others. I can't tell from here. It was one other, three others. How
Granddaddy.
many?
Yeah, granddaddy.
Great granddaddy. His name was Jim.
I know. I'm trying to make sure their paperwork is straight
Yeah.
when it comes to who conveyed
conveyed
what.
what.
Because Joe Sherman,
By conveying, they would be conveying whatever interest they have in the property, be that a 1/4 interest or 1/20th interest or whatever,
right?
unless they say otherwise.
I just want to make sure that the right name is in the right because if you have a discrepancy on that, the whole thing is flawed.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
The way it's interpreted, you can't tell by this description.
Yes,
But you
sir.
can tell by looking at the signatures on that deed, just like you can see who signed it on this deed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, the question that I have is in reference to if all of this pans out where we find out that our cousin, their nephew, is the owner of the property, which shouldn't be, excuse my expression.
Yeah.
What would the chances of them getting to take it over through adverse possession?
Adverse possession, some people commonly call squatter's rights. That's not really what it is. It's adverse possession. Adverse possession generally is when a farmer owning 100 acres and 5 acres over there in the corner, somebody put a fence around it, start planting, and they're paying that share of the taxes every year.
Yes, sir.
And after 20 to 40 years, they could wind up, it's a high bar to jump over, to become the owner. But
Yes.
very rarely are they successful. You have to show CHOANE, CHOANE. You have to prove that the use of that 5 acre occupant with no lease, anything else, has been continuous. H for hostile. H, hostile. O for open. A for actual. N for notorious. And E for exclusive. So it's a high, difficult thing to become the owner. However, you cannot adversely possess against a member of your family. So even if it's who's been paying the taxes all this time, you know,
All of us.
you're all chipping in,
Yes.
like a lot of people do.
Right.
Well, that's good. But the person paying the taxes for 20 years, it can be as little as 10 years if the person possessing it adversely has something recorded at the courthouse. It's called color of title. So that may be a plat that he had done all on his own, no permission from the farmer, and recorded it. And it may be made up, but if it's on record, he may be able to possess adversely for 10 years is enough to become, with a court order, the owner.
Yes, sir.
But if these people are family members related, they don't use adverse possession.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
been occupying the property all this time?
She has.
She's been
Does
living.
you live there?
Yes, sir.
Stick-built house?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that you live there,
All my life.
you were born at that?
Born and raised.
Okay. And your parents lived it before you were born?
Yes, sir.
So that goes way back.
Yes, sir.
But no two cases are exactly alike. But generally speaking, you can't acquire the other heir's interest in the property by possessing it adversely. You can get some of your taxes back if your interest in the property is 1/10. You owed 1/10 of the taxes every year. But if you went ahead and been paying it 100%, you could come to seek to be reimbursed for the other 90%. For the rest of them who are sitting on the tails, and not contributing.
That's correct.
And you've been taking care of the property too, right?
Yes, sir.
The roof started leaking, you got to fix it. Commode run over, you got to put in a new one, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, let me ask my other real estate lady. Maybe she can get it for you while you're here. Even though
sir.
most of you are local, then, huh?
Yes, sir.
We done some work for y'all before.
Me?
Yeah.
I was the only one after I started.
She started it prior,
Yes.
many years ago.
Yeah.
But didn't have the funds
Right.
to actually get it completely done.
Oh yeah, but you did some.
But she did.
Some-
And you have the paperwork for it, don't you?
Yes. Oh,
Of when he wrote all that information down?
I'm gonna see if my secretary has this real quick while she's looking.
Yes, sir. Pull all your paperwork out that you gave me earlier. Yeah, you just had it in a folder at your house.
yeah. Yeah, but it's in the car.
Is it in the car?
This is what, when I first started with Mr. O'Donnell.
Okay, where's the
The
other
deed
paper?
is the same as that.
Where's the other paper that had a little small writing on it? That
This?
No. Let me see your pocketbook. Let me see your pocketbook, Belle.
Only thing I
Did you
have is,
leave anything in the car?
no, is the deed like what he got right there. That's the only thing right there we got from the courthouse, same as what I got.
Yeah, you had a
The little yellow thing.
yeah, a little
That
yellow
was
sticker.
the number.
And it had figures on it, which is dollar amount that you said you couldn't pay. Remember?
What I could not pay is right here.
That's what I was looking for right there. Yeah, that. That's what he needed to see. It's got his law firm on it to show that you already been down here and got this from him because of the same issue that you got going on right
He
now.
might have a record of something.
That's it right there.
But I
This,
mean,
this
he might have notes in his thing.
Exactly.
Notes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because he was going to take that to Grandmama
Yeah.
and have Grandmama sign it. That's how long ago how Grandmama was still living.
Yeah.
This is how long this been, and Belle kept this. This is from your law firm right there, Mr. O'Donnell.
Okay. Thank you.
When she-
Anybody wants to let me have their address and phone number, whatever,
sir.
I'll pass this around. I won't call you if you don't want to be called, but if you do need to get back in touch with me, that way we can do that
Yes, sir.
in the direction you want to.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see what we did in 1977. That's when my partner died. Okay. This was a power of attorney and a deed and a will. We prepared a power of attorney for Florine in care of Annabelle. No. Plus recording that power of attorney. This is a deed of some sort, $150 in the recording, and a will for Miss Sherman. So yes, this work was done, and we were notifying her of that effect. I can't tell what the deed was for or what's in the will.
Yes, sir.
This is a bill, and I'm sure it got paid.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good.
See, that's why I wanted you to see, because that shows that this is how long she's been trying to get this reversed.
Was that deed that she asked us to prepare, that we prepared it then?
No, she
No,
didn't
sir.
have the funds to pay you.
I didn't
for
have
it.
the
Oh,
funds.
well, I thought you already paid that.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. That's
This is just
that's what was charged to me, but I didn't have the money during the time.
Well, I'm gonna waive it after all this time. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Dollars are worth more now than they were then.
Thank you, sir.
yes, sir.
We didn't chase you down and try to collect it though.
No,
I've never
because
done
we were
that.
trying to get in touch with my mom,
Yeah,
but she was leaving.
But if the payment wasn't made, were these documents actually
we
prepared?
probably prepared them because we were asked to prepare them. We notified her that they were ready. We were holding them. Oh, I see, for services rendered. Had they been signed yet or not?
No, sir.
That's what I
'Cause my
thought.
mom died.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, about this. Okay. Yeah, we were holding them. Whether we can still find them since 1998 or not, I'll have her run a copy of this, and
Yes,
if we
sir.
still got it, I'll be glad to retrieve that for you.
That's exactly why.
She didn't get copies though, huh? Did you get copies?
No, sir.
Okay. My partner's about tall as him and weighs about a
I
third
seen him.
more. He
I
just
seen
walked
him.
through. He getting on his pogo stick and jumping over there and getting a copy of that deed because we don't have
The
anybody
bill
over
sign,
there to pull it.
That's
So
correct.
he went on his way to bring it back,
Yes, sir.
and we'll see what it looks like.
Thank you, sir.
That's if you want me to
Call her.
call you. if
Yeah.
necessary.
She'll
Yeah,
be-
Yes, sir.
She'll be the person.
that's good. Yeah, the thing, his heirs and assigns. It was to James Randolph Sherman, his heirs and assigns. That doesn't mean James Randolph Sherman got a life estate. You have to use the heirs and assigns, meaning it's going to him, period. So he owns it. If he dies owning it, his heirs, if he doesn't have a will wind up as his interest. And if he doesn't have a will, if he has a will, he can name whoever he wants to step in after his death.
And he does have a will.
Okay? And
It's
he's
on
still
Kyrie.
living?
Yes, sir.
He
He's
just
still living.
really started a will.
You want it?
He just
He
recently-
completed his will, and he has his son as taking over the property after he dies.
Maybe his other assets too, huh? Did he
Yes.
have another deed made, or do you know?
No, just that
No,
one.
this is the only deed that they have over there because we just left over
Yeah.
there also.
Well, his heirs and assigns didn't mean that he intended it to go to his children and then at their death to their children, the grandchildren. Those are words of inheritance that were required. And for me to give you a deed to a piece of property, I have to give it to you and your heirs and assigns. That means whoever inherits from you and your assigns if you want to deed it during your lifetime.
Yes, sir.
He might have deeded it to somebody else the day after this deed got recorded. But bottom line is, I need to see his heirs and assigns who they refer here. Look and see. This is signed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Florine, Elizabeth, Lucinda, Annabelle, and Lucille signed this.
Mm-hmm.
Florine couldn't sign because she couldn't write, so somebody forged her signature.
Well, it was prepared for signature. Would
Mama
anybody know
was there when
which
all
one
of
you
us
talking
did
about?
it.
Florine Sherman?
Florine?
Florine.
Anybody recognize her signature?
Let me see.
The top signature right here.
She was in the office when we all signed.
Yeah, but Mama couldn't write, so
All
Right.
she did was
She
made
did
an
it.
X.
A lot of people did that back in those days. Oh yeah,
Yes. That's the one.
a lot of people. They make an X.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Smith, his mark.
Yes.
But when
It
that
looks like
document say
Mama's
that,
handwriting.
when that
Because
say
Mama
Joe
was
Smith
there.
document,
Uh huh.
she couldn't
all of
write,
us.
Scoop. How could she sign if she couldn't write?
She put something on that piece of paper.
All I knew was my mom did X's.
Mm-hmm.
You remember we all were in that office at the same time.
The others who signed again were Elizabeth, Lucinda, Annabelle, and Lucille. You may not have been at the table when she was signing, but
We all were there.
Watts and his
I remember
secretary
that.
said that
I
everybody.
don't remember Mama there.
Mama was there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I just
All of us were there.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had
get
needed a
something else from
signature.
the secretary who's still here.
I ain't no need me telling a lie. I really don't remember.
All of y'all were there because Amanda and Vaughn came after y'all signed it. And that they saw y'all after
I
y'all
remem- I
signed it.
remember
So that
all of
means
us
all of
saying-
y'all were there.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm saying Mama name signed as Florine Sherman.
Yeah.
Mama couldn't write.
Yeah, we okay.
She did something that day.
Yeah.
She did
Well,
something.
she didn't write no Florine
She
Sherman
didn't write
on
her
that
name.
paper the
She
way
could-
it's written.
If she was using
She
that
had
name,
an
she would
X.
not be able to sign it.
Right.
And someone would have to, I would think, would witness
But
the
if
name.
all of them were there,
I was,
even if
4,
somebody's, if
203,
Mama had gave somebody permission to write her
139.
name,
Then,
it would have, you know
then
what I
if
mean?
she,
Yeah,
if
he's
she
doing
gave
it.
somebody
Right. I'm just-
permission,
There
then
should
that
be a piece of
document should have
paper.
been a copy of
Yeah,
that
it should be a piece of
paperwork.
paper saying that this.
I don't remember Mama there.
We're putting up a copy of the tax records. It's not a plat, but it's a aerial photo. Every 10 years, the assessor has to take photographs all the Georgetown County and then either raise the taxes because he thinks the value is higher now, or
Yes, sir.
sometimes theoretically he could lower the taxes. That rarely happens.
Yeah.
All the
I can
taxes
tell from-
going on right now.
I can tell from that, you know, it gives some additional information, including it just showed the shape of the house, the footprint of the house that's
Right.
on it. This plat was done though, 5 acres. Well, it doesn't reference a plat. It says 5 acres, more or less, and bounded on the north by Small and Stamper, east by Dennis, south by Rosa Parker, and west by the heirs of Charles Brown.
Yes, sir.
Your description would be better if they had done a survey by a registered land surveyor who could put the stakes in the ground, the meets and bounds, the exact angles, the shapes, shaped like a perpendicular or square or rectangle.
Yes, sir.
But I may be able to get a good idea for you there. Once he comes back with the other deed, I hope to be able to tell you who the et al. And others were.
I think those people are dead.
Probably so. But Joe Sherman, according to this derivation clause, got the property by deed of Jim Sherman and others in 1971. I just can't pull
So-
up the deed in 1971.
That, by what you're saying to me, it's not registering in my head. Because what you're saying is Joe Sherman
Got the property from Jim Sherman.
got it from
That's
Jimmy.
Which is
Granddaddy,
that's
daddy,
his-
daddy.
Yeah, that's Joe Sherman's father.
It was conveyed to Joe Sherman by a deed from Jim Sherman and others in 71. This
That's
deed is from
Granddaddy, Daddy?
79.
Great granddaddy and
You
great
don't have the deed
grandmom.
yet, though. huh?
Great granddaddy, he
Granddaddy.
was blind.
Granddaddy.
Your
My grandfather.
granddaddy.
Me and Bell grandfather.
Okay,
If you kept a diary, you can sell that book probably.
exactly.
He has a book with his name in it for sure.
Yeah. This is being taxed to James Randolph Sherman of 210 Sherman Drive, Pawleys Island. It's land worth about $35,000. They don't show a building on it. Yours is not a mobile home, not a modular.
It is a
home.
mobile
Oh,
home.
it is. Well, that
Yes,
is
sir.
it attached permanently to the ground, or is it built up with it
no.
underpinning? And
No, sir.
then they're still treating it as the record of that would be at the register at the
Courthouse.
DMV
Right.
because it's still got a title
You're
for the
right.
mobile home.
Right.
If you ever attached it to the ground, like underpinning it with brick, putting steps up, a deck, and all that, you could ask that it be treated as real estate part of the land. I wouldn't do that yet because it's in your name, right?
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't combine them yet until this is clarified. Okay, the land's worth about $35,000 and 4.6 units. He says here it's 5 acres more or less. It may be 5 acres, but they're treating as transfer in 1979, which is this deed book 170 at 744. It went into James Randolph Sherman, but it actually, yeah, sure it did, but it doesn't say who the et al.'s were. Yeah, a lot of Yankees here, I can tell these with all these lots. Here's Waverly Road.
Yes.
Right.
Here is in blue the property. It's not a complete square. There's a little corner on the southwest side.
Yes, sir.
Here's Recreation Drive. I know where that is. Here's Pettigrew. I used to own
That's
some property
right.
on Pettigrew.
Yes, sir.
We got some ballparks back here. Play a little football, soccer. Yeah, I know where you are.
Yes, sir.
St. Christopher Circle. That just looks to me like a subdivision.
It is,
People,
right.
retirees in there. Yeah.
Yes,
Right
sir.
in the back of me.
I know where Newman Loop is too. This is that was Bobby. Bobby Four.
Mm.
The Dawson Lumber Company.
Right.
They created some lots in this same.
Yes.
Who's in that corner there? You see the blue with the white?
That's
You know who it is?
who just cleared out that land?
Jill.
Joe.
Yeah, this
Sure.
the blue here shows the actual property owners. It's got something on it. It looks like it's a white, maybe maybe it's a home. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here-
Jill has a trail over there.
Did somebody sell it to him? Because it looks like that's not part of your property. It's not.
No, it's on
Oh,
the other
what-
side.
It's got a little. You see a little.
Oh, you took this pumpkin. Is
Huh?
it pumpkin? Hold up. It's Sherman Drive. Okay, this Sherman Drive
Yeah.
coming down,
Yeah.
and
So you got access.
hold up, this Sherman Drive coming from the road.
This looks like. Well, it's hard to tell.
I know.
Looks like that Sherman Drive coming in here to give you access to your property
Right.
at this corner. But this is no longer a corner. This blue means that you own from here to here to here to here to here to
Right.
here to here.
The first one is my mom and my
What's
dad.
this? Is this a
This
trailer
is
park?
it's probably small homes. Maybe it is.
Yes.
Pettigrew
Yeah, you're a pedigree.
coming down.
And then you make that.
You got to come down to get to it somehow, though.
Right,
Maybe that's here. Maybe that's here.
right. I'm looking at it. At this corner right here, it might be Pumpkin.
Who's that?
Yeah.
That's
No, niece.
Lucinda.
Niece.
Lucinda.
And your family?
Gray.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
That's
if,
right,
pe-
because
if people-
probably had already had hers.
if people sign their interest over to her, then that may be hers separate from the others.
That's what we need to find out, because if you separated it, how could you separate it without all of the heirs?
You could just get some of the heirs to sign. You wouldn't own it completely.
Exactly.
You would, just
You would
own,
have
you would
to-
own what they had when they signed it to you.
You would have to get their heirs signed off to get it broken off.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where Alu did that. That's how Nene was saying he was able to pay
Taxes.
taxes on just that 1 acre.
Right.
If because of the paperwork right here is saying 4 acres,
4.6.
guess what
It
the
says
rest?
5 acres.
Because that's the rest of it. Right
This is
there.
Alu Lucinda Great's corner right here.
Which he claimed.
Yeah.
That's a part of that heir.
Yeah.
So how did you get that broken off without
I didn't.
paperwork? No,
She did.
She,
Yeah.
how did she get it breaking off
She,
without proper paperwork?
They'll record a deed from 50% of the owners or whatever, but it's only for their interest.
Right.
And I'm surprised she built a property there, or she put a
She,
mobile
she
home
got a
there?
mobile. That's her daughter's mobile
That's
home.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the deed we've been looking for, and it was signed by Jim Sherman, Willie Sherman,
Willie Sherman.
My daddy brother,
Anna Sherman Poit,
her sister, his sister,
and Letha Sherman Green,
my daddy's sister,
and Julian Sherman.
my daddy brother.
That's who. If these are genuine signatures, I got no reason to believe they're not.
All of them dead.
Yeah, but they all signed. If these are genuine signatures, it went from Jim, Willie, Anna,
is that in?
and Letha, and Julian to Joe Sherman,
My daddy.
and he's the one who transferred it. Let's see. Yeah, that's the deed here. 101 at 426. There it is, right there. Y'all need copies of these? We can run them.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Because the courthouse couldn't give me that information.
Well, they don't want to practice law because they get accused of not being qualified to practice law. They can't
Yes, sir.
really give you legal advice. Even the judges can't give you legal advice. You know,
Yes, sir.
when you go to probate court, somebody dies. Yeah, they can't. They should talk to a lawyer. Yeah, who's currently licensed to practice. So, I can understand this is not as convoluted as some, but those are the ones that sign. Whether they're the only ones who owned an interest or not, they're the ones that signed.
Right.
And
That,
you're
those are my dad's
Brothers
brother
and
and
sisters.
sisters.
and your dad's name was what?
Joe
Joseph.
Sherman.
Sherman.
Joe.
You're right.
Okay. That's why they're showing. They said the family history is Lucinda Sherman died without a will during 1947, World War II ended.
My dad.
That was dad's mother.
Lucinda,
Yes.
leaving her as her only heirs Jim Sherman and the following children. Somebody struck through something here, X'd it out. Julian, Willie, Anna, Joe, and Letha. At the time of her death, Lucinda owned certain property, and they desire all the ones who signed for it to go to Joe Sherman.
My dad.
Mm-hmm. And Joe Sherman again died
When did Granddaddy die?
July the 17th, 1978.
Yes, sir.
78.
So these people representing his interest in this property, knowingly or unknowingly, transferred it to
Jimmy.
James.
Right.
If those were all the heirs, James Randolph Sherman owns it completely. If there were other owners who didn't sign this, that's not the case. He would only be a part owner. Assuming these signatures are all genuine, you say a lot of them are gone, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, it can be unscrambled. I haven't searched the title. I see my partner witnessed one of the signatures on that deed, and that was as to Julian Sherman and Willie Sherman, Cecil W. Snyder. That's my late law partner when I moved here. This was in 1971. I came here in 1974. So this was 3 years before I was right out of law school.
Right. Well, what could be done, Mr.
The
O'Donnell?
best thing to do is to do a family tree.
Mm-hmm.
Who the original owner was, and again, his closest kin, unless he left a will, and those are the living brothers and sisters for that owner. And then each of those limbs there, when they died, you got to find out where they resided when they died, not where they died a resident of what state. Because without a will, their share would have gone to their closest kin under
Right.
Maryland law or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got to all chip in, share the information, look at the family Bible, whatever, obituary, you know, like what do you call it, the program at the funeral and all that,
Right.
and get the names and addresses and contact information and find out who's still around or who's not still around.
Right. All the people.
This can be remedied, but if those people sign that validly over to
Granddaddy.
Joe,
Yeah, Joe Sherman.
then the deed from this is 79.
Joe Sherman was dead by that time.
Yeah, but these are called recitals up here. That's not part of the deed. It's telling you whereas what happened in the past. So and so owned it. So and so died, or who he left. But they're not set in stone. That's not from the probate court. That's from the recollection of the people who were doing the transaction.
Yes, sir.
But that's what I would do. I'd split the load. They all share on the time and the expense. How much it's going to cost, how long it's going to take, depends on what the other side says when you want to get this thing straightened out.
Well, we've attempted to do that
Yeah.
to no avail. So what
Numerous.
is the next step?
Still need to see that family tree with as much detail as you can put in, whether this information is right or not right, to see who we're dealing with.
Okay, so the family tree right now. I live in Maryland.
Yep.
He lives in North Carolina.
Yeah.
She lives in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't think we're planning on coming back down here. It's these two individuals.
These two.
They can act as your agent, and you can even give them a limited power of attorney to sign something
That's
for
correct.
you, if it's because distance and time and all the
But
factors in.
the primary thing that we're looking at right now is for them to get what was rightfully theirs from our
No
grandfather.
less and no more.
That's correct.
Right.
No less or no more.
And at this point, the individual who claims to own it and the false documentation that you all have saying that he is the owner of it, he is not willing to participate and do the right thing in order for them to get the 1 acre or however many acres that
Broken
is
up.
rightfully due to them.
Yeah.
Because the way that my grandfather set everything up, he had 5 children, and each one of those children was supposed to get 1 acre
That was
upon
what was intended. Right.
correct.
Correct.
Now your mobile home is part of this tract of land, huh?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
on there.
And it's been there
Pretty much
for
in the
over
middle.
50
Ever
years.
since I was born.
And you don't even see it. That's
This
the
appear-
problem because
this, our property we've been talking about ends here, goes around this, looks like a mobile home,
yes, sir.
back over to here. So it's not a complete rectangle. It's
Right.
a chip out of it in the southwest side.
Yes, sir.
And
That's
so-
probably when Jimmy moved that trailer
Back in the back with
from off Mama property and put it in the back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Cause he
And
had a
it
mobile
doesn't
home.
it doesn't even show any other homes
That thing there is
because
really
there's
messed up.
really 3 homes on this lot.
Well, they only rephotograph these aerial photos every 10 years. Just because they have
And-
to do it every 10 years.
and
So this
that-
might have been from 9 years ago.
It's
Yes,
not
sir.
but 2 on there now.
No, it's still 3 because Pumpkin is still there.
Oh yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Pumpkin is there, which is Barbara Great.
And there's a little small white right in here. That may be a sub building, like a shed or something. I
Yes,
don't know. Is
that's
that white
correct.
speck in here? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, information. The county says it's 4.6 acres, and there is a mobile home on the property.
That's me.
They show that.
No, that's
It's
not you.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Yours, because he's
Let him finish.
cheating.
Let him finish.
He's cheating taxes
Yeah.
because what's recorded is only one house. That make your property value lower because you only have one house. When you put your house there and Pumpkin, which is
My house was
Lucinda's,
there.
Dale,
Okay.
it's not showing on this.
On the aerial photo.
Right.
I'm speaking to Bailey, let them understand. I'm just teaching them because he's trying to convey it to them.
Well, the
Your
county-
house is not on it. Alu, daughter's house, is not on there. There's only one house on there.
County
So that
says
means
mobile home on property, not mobile homes. So there must be
So
one
it's
mobile
only
home
his
on
mobile
it.
It's
home.
only his.
mobile
That's
home.
why the
That's
taxes
just
were
what's
so
low.
cheap.
Yeah, that's why.
now
it's
when
low.
Nene came and asked to put money into the other house that's there on that property
Yeah.
that you don't see on this aerial footage,
Yeah.
there's 2 houses still.
Unless somebody
Here.
stole them, they're probably on them trees. I don't know, that's
Exactly,
guessing.
exactly.
Right.
This is not completely wooded here, but these are mostly trees.
He wouldn't let one of the heirs' grandson, go into that house. It's located on that property.
Yeah, inside the building.
And he wanted to build the house back up and make it look livable again. He said no. This is the owner who's claiming the ownership. He said no, and the reason why he's saying no, because once you build that property up,
The taxes.
the
are
tax is
going
going to raise up, and he's trying to pay tax on it, acting like he's sole owner of it all.
Recreation Drive is close to the Georgetown County Water and Sewer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what could you do, Mr. O'Donnell, to get this thing?
We have to search the title because there may be some things in the behind the barn there we probably will need to know about.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's called the title examination.
Turn your phone
Right.
off, Bill.
If you knew an attorney had already done that, we could just follow what, assume we trust the accuracy of their work.
Yes, sir.
We could tack on to what title work they've done. It doesn't look to me like there's much of a likelihood anybody got a first mortgage on building something
No.
other than putting mobile home there or whatever.
Right.
Yes, sir.
There may not be a title examination.
Yes.
Have to do it from scratch.
That's
Right.
correct.
And the person who owned it, we know who owned it now, or claims to own it now, who owned it before him.
Yes, sir.
And we got some of the family names, but you got to search there. It might be mortgages against it. And I don't know if it's worth $35,000. It's probably it's nothing but the land, so it's probably worth more than $35,000.
Exactly.
Right.
Cut it into
Exactly.
4 pieces or whatever you're allowed to do.
That's correct.
Right.
So it just depends on how much we have to do.
Yes,
I
sir.
got you some head start here, and I'd like to explain about adverse possession, what it is. You need to keep track of the taxes you paid.
Yes, sir.
Whoever's paid on the taxes on the land
Right.
to get reimbursed, and I'd
Right.
ask for some interest too,
All right.
since you've been carrying the water for them
Yes, sir.
Yes,
for
sir.
this period of time.
Well, I was over at the tax treasurer.
Yeah.
And I had them. They are pulling up all of the taxes as
Right.
far back as they can, and I told them to have them
Over
send
here.
you a copy over
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fine.
Yes, sir. So you'll be getting that also.
Well, it's going to take one person doing it all. It's going to take a group of people who are going to share the load, the expense, and the time, and the
Yes, sir.
research, get everybody's address, contact information.
Yes, sir.
Right.
When you have jointly owned property, be it husband and wife, 2 business partners, investors, they're not joined at the hip like Siamese twins to own it together forever.
That's right.
So if one person wants to end the joint ownership, The easiest way to do is to cut it up in pieces, exchange deeds, and have your side of the family own this, and their
Right.
side own this. Because all it takes is one subdivision survey,
Yes, sir.
assuming the exterior survey is accurate.
That's
And
correct.
there's no mention in either of these
It's
deeds
not accurate
as
because it
to
wasn't ever
a
a
survey.
surveillance.
Same description, 5 acres more or less. All it gives is some of the surrounding property owners.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to have a survey done if you're going to cut it up like that, and everybody agrees to sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody doesn't want to sign, it's still jointly owned. Then you'd have to. You can buy one of the others out
Yes, sir.
for $5, or for give me $1,000 and I'll give you my interest.
He
and
tried
go
to
with
give
your
it to
interest.
him. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I came to him a year and a half ago now.
Yeah.
And I told him I would give him $15,000.
Yeah.
And the $15,000 was basically for all the taxes that he had already paid
Uh-huh.
throughout the 1978
Yeah.
up until 2023 is when I actually approached him on it.
Right.
He didn't want to listen to me. He hung up the phone basically on me, and I followed it up with a
Certified.
text
Certified.
to say I appreciate you at least taking the call,
Yeah.
and nothing got done. But I wanted him to know that I tried, which was my second time trying to pay him, and that was just to get him to break it up.
Yeah.
So that my mom can have hers,
Yeah.
her
You can have
her
it.
sisters can have hers, and they could do it just like their granddad, they dad wanted it to be done, which is if something should happen to them, they have the power to say, I want my son or my daughter to
Yeah.
take over after I leave here.
That's what he intended.
That's what he
Unfortunately,
intended.
he never got around to making a will.
Right.
But he could have deeded it out and kept a lifetime right
Yes, sir.
and deed it and any division he wanted.
Yes, sir.
Hindsight 2020.
Yes,
And,
sir.
he may not have known that.
Yes, sir.
You might want to ask around about the development. We got different kinds of zoning that kicks in, and as
Right.
far as whether it's R15, R12, mobile
Yes, sir.
homes are allowed, mobile homes are not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to put that much money in it, you might want to double check. And the surveyor, since one hasn't been done, at some point it's got to be a perimeter survey, which would be more than the division. If you're going
Yes,
to cut
sir.
it into 4 pieces, and that it was already done,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hard work. It's deciding based on not necessarily the equal amount of property,
Mm-hmm.
equal amount of value of the property. Some of it's on the street, which you want. Some of it's you've got wetlands in part of it,
Understood.
and they try to make it equal
Yes, sir.
in value, not
Mhm.
necessarily exactly equal in acres. Some might have standing timber, haven't been cut as virgin timber.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
So it's doable, but I can't tell you without knowing a little bit more.
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about surveying it out, how would you be able to survey someone else's property if they're not the legal owner?
Well, a lot of people do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but just because somebody has a survey doesn't mean that's theirs.
Yes, sir.
If you trespass it on your property to run the angles and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
you may have some recourse about trespassing.
Yes, sir.
But I'm saying they don't know if it's their property, right? That's
No,
what we're
what,
saying.
what I'm saying is you all are sure that your families have an interest in the property.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
Correct. most
surveyors that I know have a little out language in it. We're not responsible for blah, 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 blah.
Yes, sir.
But we get surveyed like that often.
Okay.
Because there's an interest.
Yeah, have an
Right,
interest in it,
okay,
right. It's
okay.
part yours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Mr. O'Donnell, where do we go from here?
Give me the information with details about who's involved, who's on board wanting to participate. If it's just you all, that's it. We've
That's
got
it.
some other family members that
Right.
willing to spend some time.
Right. This is
Again,
it.
gather me from obituaries, the homecoming thing at the funeral, wherever you can. Like I say, family Bible, tell me those that have gone, those are still here.
Right.
Those are your grandchildren or whatever. They're not owners yet, but and you own it until they do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to include them. They ain't got the money anyway to pitch in.
Right.
They don't really
Right.
own it yet.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
But
Right.
keep in mind, when he got this deed, he got this deed into Joe Sherman, his heirs and assigns. That doesn't mean his kids step in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that he owned it, and he's still alive. He still does own it. He was an heir. His heirs will be as of the date of his death. So he's the one you try to be dealing with, but he's not going to want to cooperate very much, it sounds like.
Yes, sir.
But be sure to check to see what you can use the property for. It may have some wetlands on it. It may be a lot of wetlands on it. I don't think there that it is.
I don't think it is.
No.
Not where it is, because right on the back end of it is probably a little piece of wetland where the swamp is.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like a ditch that runs around the property.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yes,
Georgetown County Water and Sewer, they're a big outfit. You know,
Right.
They charge. They got millions of dollars in the bank.
Yes, sir.
But they got a nice facility there.
Yes,
They
sir.
got another one. They got 2 locations now, and I know the guy. He's in my Rotary Club, and his predecessor was too.
Mm-hmm.
A young fellow named Kim was. Anyway, may need to get some idea of what additional water and sewer is going to be costs if you do divide it up in the pieces that one a piece.
Yes, sir.
What kind of rates they charge?
Well, they already
They
have
have
water
water
and
and
sewer
sewer
back
up
there.
there.
Oh,
It's
you
already
just
there.
tap into
Yes,
it.
sir. Just
Okay.
tap right into it.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I know
And
that in that area. Yeah. but
yes,
as
sir.
far as-
See, with him, he is in the back
Yeah.
of the whole thing,
Yeah.
and he's got water and sewer back there.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not sewer. It's
Well,
water.
he got water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Septic tank still required?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
he still got septic tank. You don't have a septic tank no more,
Yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
You still got a
Yeah.
septic tank?
hmm
Okay.
He has
The
one in the
sewer
back
line
and one
is
in the
not through
front.
there yet.
Just find out what the lay of the land is on that, because I do know they charge a lot of money. Some of this Ayers property, people just separated, you know, all the way down a 2-mile road.
Yes, sir.
And when they come in there, I mean, they charge they're way out there. So calculate to develop it. You're not buying it to grow trees and shrubs, right? You're
Right.
buying it for residential
For
purpose.
residential purpose.
How do I do-
How do we get to the point of separating out so we'll know what we need to pay if we need to pay to put
You can
water
ask
and
them to
sewer?
project water and sewer, the county, whomever has an interest.
No.
Project.
I mean, at this point right now, I think the objective here is for them to find out how do they get the acre or whatever that they're trying to get in their names. How do we do that?
You can start with the old courthouse, not the Judicial Center on Cleveland Street, not by the library, over on Cleveland and Duke.
Right.
Around the corner, been here for a long time.
Right.
And inquire, there's a building and planning department. And
Yes,
if you're
sir.
thinking, even though you don't own the property completely,
Right.
get as much information, because that's coming from the horse's mouth, and they don't charge for it. I'd get as
Could
much
I have a copy of
legal
that,
stuff.
Mr. Modama?
of where they
Oh,
are.
Yes, I know where they are.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. But what
They
you're
won't run
saying,
they won't run you a copy of the entire building and planning for Georgetown County, but they're the ones that issue permits.
right,
Lots of stuff that they know, and they know that the NO
right,
that you might come up against. And
Right.
They should really share that with you. You're a taxpayer in Georgetown County, right?
yes, sir.
Right. I'd get as much information from the other family members, names, address, contact information, what plan you all have in mind, who's going to participate in doing it, because it's going to take some time and some expense, even if the other side is being cooperative, which they're not so far.
Right.
So it's just what it is. And unfortunately, a couple wheels along the way, we wouldn't be having all these problems.
That's
It's
right.
just
Right.
that people don't like to think about dying. They still don't.
Right,
So I had 2 kids before my wife and I do wills here every day. But I did hours, when you
Yes,
get a
sir.
family. But people don't like to think about dying, and they don't want to spend the money. They'd rather, go to the ball game, watch Carolina play or something.
That's it.
You ever heard of the Gathers?
Gathers, yes. As a matter of fact, Kwame Gathers is living right beside me, right close to me in Charlotte, North
How
Carolina.
about that?
Yes, sir. And he's married to
my son, your brother.
well, my brother wife's sister,
Connected.
connected
That's good.
NFL player.
I had one of the
excellent
Gathers
film.
here about a year ago. Jumpy or
Jumpy
another
Gathers,
one,
that's
there
his
was another
dad.
one, Robert. They all look alike, man. They're
Yes,
big,
sir.
strong, and fat. He's the only man I ever saw, and I didn't see you come in today. The only man I ever saw had to turn sideways and squat down. And I wasn't teasing him about it either.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We went back here and talked about his situation. I said, before you go, you mind if I ask you a question? He said, what? I said, when you were growing up out there with your brothers and cousins, I said, you want well water or you want county water?
Mm.
He said, well water.
Well,
My whole life.
yes, sir.
Why? I said, man, if I was you, talk to your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Bottle that stuff and sell it to some of them mamas and papas who'll pay a lot of money, have a Cadillac in the driveway.
That's right. That's right.
He said,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to think about it.
That's right.
Wow.
All right. So
Anyway, if this gets kind of oriented, just get as much information as you can without me having to trace it down, I'll look and see if we have title work for something adjacent to this, and I'd have to do the title search.
Okay.
But you don't want to do it with some of these heirs who are now part owners and don't even know they are. Got a bad divorce, or they got sued and killed somebody driving a car, or whatever, and they're part owner of the property. So you really need to be sure you're not doing this work for somebody else out there that could acquire it.
Yes. Okay.
You're kind of sleeping with the family members, you know, as far as any problem they bring with them.
Now,
Yes,
what
sir.
problems would we have if he were to die?
Which one?
The one that says he owns
Oh yeah,
it
yeah,
right now.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not dead yet.
Right. I'm not suggesting that. Now, don't get me wrong.
No.
Then you have a bunch of little troublemakers.
Well,
Right.
if he was to die before all of this got taken care of, he has a will right now
Right.
that says he's turning it over to his current wife and his son.
Yeah.
I feel that the heirs should be able to protest that will.
If his position carries, that he can do with it what he wants. My argument is, when we look at the title, we need to see he may be unable to just rock on along like he is. It may be bringing a suit. It would be a combination of a suit to partition the property, cut up in pieces, which the law favors in South Carolina, like a pizza, and cut it in a pizza pie.
That's what we need.
If you can get it developed that way, and if not, you can force the joint ownership. It's called a suit to quiet title and a partition action in the joint ownership.
Yes, sir.
As I said before, that can be selling it, everybody sign off and get their percentage from Bill Buyer from New York, or by, if you can't cut it up, which the law would prefer, is not enough property and too many people, then the judge can actually order a partition sale, which means we can't cut the land up in the configuration it is, so we're going to issue an order, putting the property with the realtor, sell it for top dollar, getting asking price, get a take price. You can always divide up the land,
Divide it up.
the pennies, okay? And sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yes, sir.
Or you can buy him out. I don't know how wealthy he is, or is it more
He ain't
than
wealthy.
him? Is that
Yes,
right?
sir. He ain't wealthy.
Well, you may make an offer he can't, refuse. You tried an offer, but
I
you,
tried.
Yeah. But if instead of you getting part of it, you buy him out. If that includes some of the taxes that he paid for the other side,
Yes, sir.
or that she paid for some of their side,
Yes, sir.
all that should be divvied up
Yes,
as
sir.
a credit. Or
So how do you do that?
He's
we can bring suit right out of the bat, but you're not going to be prepared without knowing what the title looks like. Okay, and once you know that and know who's on your side and who's, you got a sister, maybe she may say, I'm an heir, but I'm not going to South Carolina, so
Right.
here I'll deed my. We're close. I'll deed my interest to you, and instead of you have a 1/20th interest, you will have a 2/20th interest,
Right.
which is 1/10. That can be done anytime. That doesn't take care of everybody, but
Right.
it can be done at any time.
well. You want to start by doing that?
I want to.
I'd get some conversing going on with the family, try to gather some funds. You may be able, if they don't cooperate, you may be able to bring an action and ask the court to award attorney fees and costs. After we
Right.
send them a settlement offer,
Okay.
we'll settle it for this. It doesn't work out, we go to hearing before the circuit court judge, the master in equity. He will probably have, or she will probably have obtained sealed settlement offer from us to them, and from them to us.
Right.
We can't tell the judge what that settlement offer was. It might influence the judge. He hears the testimony, he looks at the exhibits and the plans and the experts and what the values are and the survey quirks. I'm prepared to rule. Mr. O'Donnell, prepare me an order, okay? I find this, these are the owners, these are the percentage of this, this. Now, I'm going to get a written order because he's going to prepare it for me and I'm going to approve it. Now, did you do a sealed settlement offer? Yes, Judge. Hand it up. And he hands it to y'all. The judge said, oh my gosh. What's the guy named what's his name, Joe or Jim?
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, yeah.
James.
Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy. This was a real generous offer these people made to you. And you rejected that?
Right.
Well, in addition to all that, I'm going to order that Jimmy contribute you some of your attorney's fees and costs for going through this year and a half and all these expenses
Yes,
and
sir.
proceedings, depositions.
Yes, sir.
Now let me see yours, James. Jim, man, you blew it. You asked for the moon and the stars.
That's right.
And you were unreasonable, and because of you, James, we had to go through spend all this money to survey all this kind of stuff. And,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to make you pay some, if not all y'all's attorney fees.
That's correct.
Why, that's a ways down the road. But before we have a hearing, we have to have a trial,
Right.
which I'd love to avoid for you all. It does take somebody talking some sense into the other side.
We tried.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
But maybe
sir.
his preacher we could talk to. Whoever's next door. Or
You don't go to
somebody.
church.
Talk to his wife. Has he got a wife?
Oh, please.
Yes.
Well,
I think the wife is the reason why we are in this predicament.
right?
Because
Yeah.
when they signed everything over to him, he was married to the first wife.
Uh-huh.
They went through a divorce.
Yeah.
Once they went through the divorce, the first wife had a chance to actually take the land from him
Uh-huh.
because it was him,
Part of
in
the
his
divorce.
name,
Yeah, yeah.
part of the divorce decree.
Yeah.
She chose, and she's a preacher, so we could have her subpoenaed
Yeah.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
And she chose not to take the land.
So wife number 2.
So wife number 2
Stepped
is
in the
who he
shoes.
was cheating with, having an adulterous
Is getting
affair.
divorced from wife number 1.
Right. And now,
I see it on TV. Cheaters.
exactly.
Man,
Exactly.
you get an angry lady out there in the
So
parking lot.
so now he's married to the wife that he had the adulterous affair with.
Yeah.
And
They have a son.
they have all of them and he has siblings or kids for the first wife
Yeah.
that he is not even it's not even in his divorce or his will
Yeah.
to give the land to. It's going to the kid of the
Oh, wife
adulterous
number 2.
wife
Yeah.
kid.
That's ugly.
It's ugly.
Can we do a survey now?
You can. They're expensive. I wouldn't spend the money for the perimeter survey right now because it's going to cost as
When-
much
when-
as drawing them division lines.
Right.
They need to be paying half of it. They're not going to volunteer to pay for half of the survey.
Right. We're not worrying about the survey.
Yeah, but it is important. But you may be spending some money that you may not have to spend all of it.
Yes, sir.
They need to survey as much as you do. They just don't know it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we're just trying to get the process started.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we need a game plan. I mean, I hear everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do is put together a game plan to move forward. Because
The game plan would once you have all the contact information
That's the game
and
plan.
you get some talk with the
Go back, talk to the
county if you're going to get some assistance there and some guidance. You could talk with a surveyor, see how much he would probably charge for a perimeter survey since he's never
Perimeter
done
survey.
one, and for a division survey if that's where we wind up.
Yes, sir.
But I wouldn't start surveying it until we got either an agreement hammered out
Right.
or
That's
a
correct.
ruling in our favor.
That's
and then
further down
we're
the
not
line.
spending our money
Right.
for him. I know
right.
it's Christmas is a month away, but I don't want to give it to him early.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like I
Yes.
said, you don't want anybody to have a
that's
heart
a good
attack either.
That's true.
Yes, sir. Mr. O'Donnell, we appreciate your
Thank you.
I'm
time.
glad to
Thank
do
you
it.
very much.
We've been here for a while, so
Yes, sir.
some of these lawyers in Charleston, they advertise on television. You live
Oh,
down
my
you want to live around here?